Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equities Story. This is just general share advice and not personal advice. And we're here with the Great Wolf, and again, looking very, very, I'd say, pretty in pink today.
Second time around, it's red.
I just made that joke because we had to redo it, but I'll tell you what, I made it again because it is actually pink, Wolf.
Oh.
That is pink. I'm sorry. I know the difference with red and pink. That is pink.
And we know that you're colorblind, so there you go.
Right. Okay. All right. We'll discuss this. Anyway, Wolf, reasonably quiet day, to be honest with you. Friday. You know, the markets, they're just so much in. We talked about this the other day, didn't we? And you can see Einstein's did very, very well this week. All those Einsteins had a bit of a move, Wolf. But you know what? Everyone takes a profit really quickly. No one's going to hold. No one's holding this market, right?
No one's holding for the week. So really, you got to adjust to the market conditions. So even though you might be trading off the weekly, right? And normally we say wait till the end of the week, see where it ends up. Not in this market. You got to probably take a profit when you see like a 3, 4, 5% in the middle of the week. Take it.
100%. And you know, look at the Linus. It goes over 10. Remember saying 10 may be that resistance. Hello, you know, it's sort of take a profit, isn't it? And I think stock after stock, CY actually I think went on with it, had a good week. But you know what, hit 30, that's enough. Profit takers come in. But I think much more typical moves, maybe more typical moves would be these sort of ones that you're seeing up here. Yeah, SNL, actually looking all right, holding in AP. That's the more typical move. Look at that, had a move up nearly what 60, 70 cents. Hello, we're bullish. Hello, profit takers. Hopefully that's our people being sensible, because we've told everyone this is this sort of market. You just got to not be greedy. Take your 3 or 4%. You get 5%, great. Get out and wait till next week. See what happens.
Yeah, agree. Look, this is a perfect example right there. AP. So middle of the week, take a profit and wait for the end of the week to see where it's at. Start again.
All right, Wolf. A few announcements today, and I'm just going to sort of keep it simple. IAG, good looking chart. Most probably could edge up a little bit more. So technically, I quite like it. Maybe Wolf to go 480, 485. But is it a buy for the Wolf? Is it a
look? This sector looking better, right? So QBE reported already. Suncorp come up with their updates, and now IAG. So 3 reasonably positioned insurers out there, and the market is conducive to them improving their performance over the next, say, 6 to 12 months. So the chart's definitely looking better. QBE had a really good, this is one of the good winners for your Einsteins, Dave, QBE. So I'd say IAG for next week could be another one of those.
Well, yeah, QBE did, but you know, when you looked at the story, Wolf, you still thought it was, you know, listen, even that's had a little bit of sell-off, didn't it? It came back, hit that past highs, and down it goes again.
Yeah, look, 100%. However, you're expecting a bit of profit taking into the week, but I think if you take that, like I said, a little bit more weeks than just the one, I think that should start edging up to the $13 plus.
You'd say, all right, so this is one of those rare ones you're thinking, be greedy.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, because there's positive tailwinds behind this industry right now, or more positive than negative, let's call it. So you could make a little bit more out of this. Yes. So this is probably one sector I'd go, okay, well, I am just going to push the envelope a little bit.
Oh my God, you make it so complicated. We're just saying, like, but don't be greedy, but if it's in insurance, be greedy.
Yeah, look,
you never liked insurance. Now you're saying be greedy.
But look, I've said that insurance could have a good time, right, over the next 6 to 12 months. So it's just the results come out of QBE and IAG possibly paint that picture of, you know, not a bad little bit of a run maybe for the next few weeks.
All right, until the.
But I'm not gonna stop people going and take a profit if they, you know, if you say there's a bit of resistance, just take a profit and start again next week, sort of thing, right? So
yeah, well, I agree with your second comment, Wolf. I still think QBE.
Yeah, that's fine. All I'm saying is that I expect that QBE and this insurance space to do okay over the next few weeks. So we could see a higher grind up further.
All right. I've never known you so short term with a fundamental view. Wolf, RMD, ResMed. You know what? Had a little bit of a move. expensive, and the announcement just not enough.
No, I mean, the quarterly was actually a little bit disappointing. Low single digits, right? So growth, however, all up over 12 months, I think top line growth was about 12%. But, is that enough for a story that's, let me just double check what it's actually trading on 45 times PE? No.
Yeah, it's heavy, isn't it?
It needs to come back. And it's had a jump from 28 to that 34, but I think it's just gone too hard, too fast.
And how much, Wolf, you saw ACL, a massive amount of their revenue was from COVID. With R&D, how much of their revenue was COVID related?
Well, previously they probably were a lot, right? I know that they're getting more diversified with time, becoming more of a health tech play than just, selling its old legacy respirators and so on. But it's still, obviously majority part of it, it's still that. But they are moving. They know, there's a limited now growth path for them in that space. So they need to move, and they have been reinventing themselves. So I think over time you'll find a much better, interesting company, RMD. But would I be buying at 45 times? No, it just needs to accelerate its growth, or it needs to come down to that under 30 again.
EGG. Now, Wolf, it's just no volume in this stock. Really hard to get in and out of it. But one announcement you quite liked, and actually the chart does look quite good. So, for those people who trade $2 or $3 per stock, it's most probably I don't know. The trouble is it's just so lightly traded. That's the issue with it, isn't it?
Yeah, look, everything else is actually not bad. So you look at, well, that's not bad. I mean, I'm probably underselling it a bit. It's actually come up with some good results today. Nice growth. It looks cheap it's actually a profitable company. Let's say tech/services company.
Sorry.
Right?
Are you saying profitable company on the ASX?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know, in that space, right? So you think, wow, well, there's not many of them around. But and the thing is not just profitable, it's actually cheap as well at 10 times PE.
And a little dividend to boot.
Yeah, so beat that, everyone, in that space. So look, on those metrics, you go, oh, I'm interested, and you probably would be. But like you said, it's lightly traded, right? They had a little bit of maybe a bit of a warning sign in the outlook, saying that there is maybe a little bit of softness in one part of the business with decision making from their clients. So I think, even though it's cheap, even though they delivered good results, are there better stories out there? I'd say yes. And the marketing space, Dave, is very saturated with players, and really, for me, it's probably not my cup of tea in this space, but maybe there's a small trade for the $2, $3 investors.
All right, thank you, Wolf. Now, M&S having a good move up, Wolfie, 21%, back above the water level, sort of price action we like to buy. Fundamentally,
let's have a look at the announcement today, Dave. So can you bring out that announcement, please, out so we can see why this company started to move up. And the headline was production begins at Imani battery plant, right? So anything commercial change, so in other words, going from maybe a pilot plant or development into a commercial phase, usually is well rewarded, or takes the imagination of investors out there. So this is that space right now where you've got a company that's commercializing, it's building batteries, right? And it does actually, it's a little bit different than everything else out there, because look at it, it says does not contain nickel, right, or cobalt. So that's something alternative again. So I'm probably interested, from my point of view, how good this battery is. I need to probably have a read about it, see where it stands in the other thing, what it's actually going to be used for. Is it for cars? Is it for other means? I don't know. I know nothing about this company, to be honest, but I thought I'd have a look at it because it's got the commercialization phase. And you can see the chart looks good. The M&S has probably got a parts stake in this. So I'm going to have a little bit more further look into this, but it's just interesting to see how good the chart's starting to look now.
I love the way they're using the word green a lot.
Green. Every company these days now is going to use green.
But that's good.
It's the it word.
It is. Anyway, I'm not sure they'd be green for batteries as well, I suppose.
Yeah, they'll paint them green.
No, paint them green. Why wouldn't you? All right, well, that's certainly an interesting little story. And if you,
yeah, so like I said, I'm going to have a bit more look into it to see, what this battery is all about.
All right, and so we're just going to move to back to the charts. So it's looking interesting, and I think actually it's an interesting little trade, Wolf. I mean, maybe high risk.
Correct.
But if you like that sort of story, you could put your stop loss at 38. You could buy it at say 0.045 and target just under that 60 cents.
There you go. Hopefully a bit of FOMO comes in and you can make your 5 to 10%.
Yeah, a little bit of a high risk trade, and why not?
Yep.
Wolf, if you look this week, and this is interesting, some of these lithium plays, SYA obviously profit taking, but had a fantastic move, and LTR and AKE. It was the week of lithium again, and AKE still looks pretty good. I was really fascinated with an article that you introduced us to about why you've got to be a little bit careful with lithium with graphene. Can you just tell us a little bit about that company? It's called GMG. I think they're based. They're not listed, unfortunately, on our market, but maybe just tell us a little bit about this graphene batteries and the potential of graphene batteries.
Well, Dave, this is probably what we just read around, right? First of all, I've been talking about this all this time, that everyone's caught up in this romance of lithium batteries, which is fair enough, but there are other developments, there's other technology going on, looking at alternative to lithium batteries, because lithium batteries have also got its drawbacks, right? It's not a perfect battery by all means. So there are a lot of companies out there developing other batteries that don't require lithium, or maybe, like you said, we just saw with M&S, it's got no nickel or no cobalt, right? So there's just dozens and dozens and dozens of other companies now looking at alternatives, because back in the last 20 years, there was just no need to look at other batteries. But now with lithium booming and EV, because of EV, electric vehicles, we need to find the best possible battery that will last us, that we can drive in the outback, right? We don't have to plug into anywhere. So we're looking for something that will last longer, more efficient, less troublesome, and all these things. So there's a lot of money being poured in over the last probably 2 or 3 years to developing other batteries out there that maybe will take off one day. So I would not be caught up in this love affair with lithium batteries, because there could be something come along and completely just change things again. Right?
Well, I mean, they're claiming, GMG, is that their batteries will, graphene batteries will charge 70 times faster.
I know. How good is that?
Well, if that is the case, surely by lithium.
Yeah, well, when you look at it like that, you go, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Right? Why would you go for lithium when you can just look at this battery and go, yeah, fantastic? The question is can you produce it cheaper than the lithium batteries? Because remember, it's all about economics, right? Yeah. It's all about, can the big companies get behind this as well? Because there's a lot of great inventions that have come through, but unfortunately, it just hasn't taken off, or either mass market adoption didn't come through, or something that happens that doesn't quite get through. So yes, there's from that point of view, you think to yourself, wow, why would you ever go to lithium batteries? But there's a little bit more than to that. And unfortunately, hopefully we'll see at a point in time where someone will come up with something so good that you cannot just say no right to it. Maybe this is it. I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. This is why it's so interesting.
It is interesting, and it brings you to that point about investing in lithium. I'll tell you what, if they go below the trend line, sell.
Can you Dave? Can you imagine? Let's just go that was over. All of a sudden, like Toyota goes, we love this battery. We prefer this battery over lithium. Can you imagine what's going to happen to lithium? Probably collapse overnight.
Yeah, and also they believe. Right? I'm reading a little bit about it here. They're actually meant to be a little bit more better for the environment than the lithium batteries as well.
Plus safer. It doesn't catch fire.
Oh,
you know, there's a lot of positives in that, but it's the question is it can you produce it as cheap as a lithium battery? I mean, that's going to be at the end of the, because you could, unfortunately, right, if it takes $20,000 to produce one battery, then you're not going to use it in the car, are you?
no, well, it's not going to go into the kids' toys, is it?
Exactly. So I think costs are very, very important here.
Well, it's something to definitely keep an eye on, and that GMG, they are partnering with Rio.
Yep.
So they've got some, obviously, you know, Rio's looking at them, and it just shows you definitely don't want to just buy these lithium companies and close your eyes and believe.
You want to keep an eye out, Dave. You want to read all these articles like we're presenting here. You want to really be on the ball, for sure.
All right, it's scary, isn't it? Because I think a lot of mums and dads, you know, where everyone's excited about a lithium boom, would have let's just go to sleep and hold it. I'm going to be rich in 10 years. It just might not be the case.
Correct.
All right, Wolf, on that note,
I want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about SWM, please. Because
which one?
SWM, 7 West. Because
I
saw a little update from, I think, one of the media type companies. So I'll read it out to you, right? So this is some statistics from SWM. Why I think this is a still really good buy at these levels, looking to take it to 60, 70 cents again. So I'm just going to read it out for you so you can have what I mean here. So you know, the Commonwealth Games are finished, which was part of the 7 network, and the live and free coverage delivered a record-breaking digital audience of 7+, reached a total audience of 11.1 million, right? So amazing performance. It meant that 7+ delivered Australia's biggest ever digital audience, up 177%, right? Which is extraordinary numbers. Now, if you look at it, they're talking about 7 Network is the #1 nationally in the capital city so far. It's the #1 nationally in 25 to 54s and 16 to 39. So pretty much the full spectrum of population. Also talking about viewing on 7+ was particularly popular with younger viewers, and across the games night session. So all they're saying is 7 at the moment, network is just dominating right now, and they've got another big event coming up, and that's the grand final, right, on AFL grand final. So I think still you are on a good wicket here with 7 News. So I'd be still hopefully holding on.
Right. Okay. Well, there's a no-brainer down here. I mean, it's got a little bit of resistance there, but for what you're saying, long term, nothing wrong with this. Just hold it.
Yep. They should have come up with a pretty good update.
Brilliant. On that note, Wolfie, thank you very much. Bit of a red day. We are live in about half an hour.
Yep.
So go and get yourself a cup of tea and take off that pink shirt, put a blue one on.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Worth. All right. See you, mate. Bye.
See you soon.